Jim and Alicia had 2 dogs, Bugs and Bunny. They were both 15 years old. Bunny was dying. Bugs was still healthy. They were brother and sister and had been together since birth. They had never been separated for longer than a couple of hours. Jim and Alicia weren't sure what to do. The vet had told them that Bunny was in pain and might continue to suffer for as long as another year. This was unacceptable to both Jim and Alicia. So putting Bunny to sleep now instead of letting her suffer was not an issue. However, what to do about Bugs? The vet said Bugs was still healthy. He could last another 2 to 3 years. But how long, they wondered, would he last without his sister? Bunny had always been Bugs' big sister. She was confident and assertive. Bugs was rather timid. He didn't mind when his sister bossed him around. She was also there for him when he was feeling anxious. Bugs followed Bunny everywhere, and whenever Bunny decided to sleep, Bugs always curled up next to her, whether he was sleepy or not. Jim and Alicia both arrived at the same conclusion without very much discussion. When they took Bunny to the vet so that she could be put to sleep, Bugs went too. Saturday morning meant one thing for Susan: doing the laundry. She hated doing the laundry. Unenthusiastically, she took the pillowcases off all the pillows. Then she removed the fitted sheet from the mattress. She took the towel off the towel bar in the bathroom. She grabbed a couple of dirty dish towels out of the kitchen and looked all around her apartment for anything else that needed washing. In the corner of her living room, a can of coins sat on top of the file cabinet. She fished out 7 quarters. She opened the cabinet under her kitchen sink and grabbed a plastic bottle of liquid detergent. Finally, she set her electronic timer for 35 minutes. The timer would remind her that the washing was done and that it was time to go back downstairs and put the clothes into the dryer for 40 minutes. Without the timer, Susan would completely forget to check her clothes. Susan carried the laundry basket downstairs. How happy she would be when her laundry was done for this week. As she approached the laundry room, she heard a familiar sound. The sound was the washer washing and the dryer drying. One of her neighbors had got there before her. Muttering, Susan took her basket back upstairs. Mike looked at the label on the big plastic container. It said garlic powder. There was a U with a circle around it after the word powder. What does this U mean, Mike wondered. Under the word powder was another word, seasoning. Under that word was a drawing of a garlic bulb. Mike knew that food labels can be tricky. Powder is powder, but seasoning could mean salt. He looked all around the plastic container for an ingredients label. There wasn't one. In small print, under the drawing of the garlic bulb, was a phone number, 1-800-632-6900. Call that number if you have comments or questions, the label said. Mike called the number. A woman answered. He asked her what the U inside a circle meant. She said it meant kosher. Kosher food is food that is prepared according to Jewish law. Mike asked where the ingredients label was. She said if there is only one ingredient, there is no ingredients label. So there is no salt in this product? Mike asked. No, sir, she said. It's 100% garlic powder. Why does it say product of USA and China? She said that sometimes they get the garlic from China, sometimes they get it from the U.S. Louise and Neil had been dating for 3 years. She was 40 and he was 50. They wanted to get married and have 2 kids as soon as possible, but there was a problem. They disagreed on how they would raise their kids. Because Louise had a high-paying job, Neil could stay home and raise the kids. He looked forward to that because he felt that he would be a great dad. First, he would teach them how to read. Then he would teach them about life. His kids were not going to waste their time reading fairy tales and watching Sesame Street. They were going to learn practical stuff, like how to use Microsoft Office and how to get a 4-year scholarship to Harvard. He wanted them to become business majors because business is where the money is. Louise had other plans. She wanted her kids to relax and enjoy life. She didn't want them to grow up too fast. She was the oldest child in a poor family, and her father had put her to work in the fields as soon as she turned 6. Life had been hard for her. She didn't want it to be hard for her children. Neil said not to worry. There was still plenty of time for him to figure out a way for the kids to have fun and still become happy millionaires. Mildred's sister called. She was going to drop by, and whenever she visited, she usually made at least one trip to the bathroom. That meant one thing: Mildred needed to clean her toilet bowl. This was the household chore that she hated the most. It was so icky. She grabbed the cleanser from beneath the bathroom sink. She sprinkled lots of it into the toilet bowl. Then she got out of her clothes, put on a big t-shirt, and pulled on her long-sleeved rubber gloves. Finally, she put on her goggles because she didn't want any toilet water to splash into her eyes. She didn't know if toilet water could cause an eye infection, but she wasn't going to take any chances. She grabbed the long-handled toilet bowl brush that was beneath the sink. She started scrubbing. She scrubbed under the rim, all around the bowl, and deep into the throat of the bowl. 5 minutes later, she figured she was finished. She flushed the toilet and checked the bowl. It was clean as a whistle. Mildred breathed a sigh of relief, because usually she had to scrub the bowl twice to remove all the stains. She removed her goggles, gloves, and t-shirt. Then she hopped into the shower. Jay was born to ride. Just after learning to walk, he got his first tricycle. A year later, he was on a bicycle with training wheels. At the age of 5, he was a skilled bicyclist, able to jump off ramps and fly through the air. His father made sure he did everything safely. Jay wore a helmet, a chest pad, elbow pads, and knee pads. He fell a lot, but he was never hurt badly. He got his first motorcycle when he was 7. His father put the motorcycle in the back of his pickup and drove Jay out to the desert almost every weekend. Jay became a skilled rider. He entered motocross races all over the county. By the time he was 15, he had won 30 races. His future looked bright. When he was 17, Jay took his girlfriend out for a ride on his motorcycle. A truck ran a red light, and Jay and his girlfriend crashed into the side of the truck. Jay went into the hospital for 3 months. His girlfriend died immediately. Jay didn't ride a motorcycle again for 10 years. Then one weekend, he bought a used Kawasaki. He took it out for a test run at dusk. It felt good to ride again. He got it up to 110 miles an hour on the local freeways. A highway patrol car chased him for about 10 minutes, but he finally lost it in the freeway traffic and the dark. When he got home, he was excited. That was fun, he thought.